CONCACAF, yeah, the refereeing does need to get better. And if someone's going to say something about it, might as well be Lionel Messi to kind of draw attention to it. I don't know if this was a situation to draw attention to it, though, Mal.
I mean, I understand what he's saying, and we'll break down that play in just a moment, but it's just a lame excuse, right? I mean, you shouldn't go there. Your team is in a horrible form. They have lost 5 of the past 7 matches they've played. The team seems disconnected. And at the same time, when you see Lionel Messi going through expressions like that, that's a rare sight. That doesn't happen very often. And I think it says a lot. Not exactly what he said, but the fact that, first of all, he decided to talk after a loss. He doesn't do that. He clearly wanted to speak. And it's two-sided because it's detrimental to the league. People watch Major League Soccer nowadays, worldwide, I mean, because of Lionel Messi. And if this is the message he's sending to the rest of the world about this league, it's not great. But internally, I think it's just a reflection of how he perceives, how he's seeing things inside of his club, and it's not good news for Inter Miami fans.
It's an excuse. It's an excuse.
Grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Well, he said it's not an excuse.
Well, no, it absolutely is an excuse, and he's not fooling anybody. And look, he's the greatest of all time in my eyes. That's not arguing. Nobody is arguing his greatness or his place in world football. But if you've been watching Inter Miami, if you've been watching this show, we've been telling you how frustrated he has been with his team, with his situation, with the capacity of his teammates. And for quite some time now, we're hearing and seeing those frustrations come out. And it's against the ref last week in San Jose. It was his body language the last 5 games for Inter Miami. This play in question, there is no part that is even arguable for it being a back pass, a deliberate back pass. The rule states deliberate. That was not deliberate, and what they do is they argue the call instead of working. Inter Miami's problem is that they have players who at one point in time could change a game. Messi can still change a game. Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez, Messi, game changers. But now, longer in the tooth, they have to pick and choose their moments. MLS, if anything, is a physical league, a very capable physical league. If you don't have one player that is working, that is running, that's fine if that player is Messi. 2 players, maybe you can get away with it if that's Luis Suarez of last year scoring 20-plus goals and almost double-digit assists. It's very comparable. But if it's Busquets, if it's Jordi Alba, if it's Messi, if it's Suarez, who don't run, and the rest of the players don't have the capability of being playmakers when they need to be playmakers, being smart when they need to be smart, being calculated when they need to be calculated, every single team's going to do what Vancouver, what Orlando, what all these teams have been doing to Inter Miami. And Messi understands that. So he's lashing out the only place he can right now, which is the referees. And this was not on the referees. This is Inter Miami and how bad they are.
Right. My question now is, who's going to make these players accountable? Is it going to be Messi himself? He should. He's the captain. He's the leader of this team. And he pretty much put this team together. I mean, it's not something official or public, but we all understand he basically handpicked Javier Mascherano to be the new manager. There's a reason why Ustari is playing. Used to be Messi's roommate when they're playing the under 20, I think, or the Olympics.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Jordi Alba, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, they're all part of the team. There's also a reason why management had to deal and scramble with the numbers so that they don't break the rules again. So there's just no compensation on this team. Who's going to make them accountable? Is it going to be Javier Mascherano? Is Javier Mascherano going to bring Luis Suarez to his office and tell him, Lucho, I need you to run a little harder. I need you to put a little more effort. Is he going to say that? He's not going to do that. So if Messi's diagnosis of the situation of the team, which was the second part of this interview, when he says, now when things are going bad, we're going to find out who we really are, on who we can count with to make things better.
Right.
So there's no leadership. The only leader on the team is Lionel Messi, and I don't think that's enough to make things better.
Does a different kind of leadership need to step in then? I'm talking specifically David Beckham to shake things up.
Well, I don't know if David Beckham's going to be able to do anything because this is pretty much what you signed up for. I mean, this is who you signed up for. And Major League Soccer is a very, very interesting league, Chris, because you have to knock it out the park with your DPs. The players you spend money on have to absolutely be there, have to absolutely perform. If not, you're handcuffed. And that's what's hurting other teams right now, that they don't have those DPs or those players that they pay they can't count on. This team, the fear that I had for Inter Miami when Messi first got to Major League Soccer, it's what's happening now. Yeah. I was afraid that to the rest of the world, they would see a Messi that would be frustrated, that they would see a Messi that would be human-like, complaining, that would be angry, because these frustrations are normal for any athlete, but we've never seen them from Messi.
This is a Messi that a lot of people were criticizing that they weren't seeing with Barcelona specifically in that halftime historically bad game in the Champions League against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? You were outclassed then. You're not being outclassed here. You just don't have enough.
And he had other kind of teammates. Class. Yeah, exactly. He had other kind of teammates,
People were
other kind
pulling
of
the weight.
leadership.
The weight was being pulled.
It wasn't expected of him.
The issue here, Mao, is the rest of the world, and you said, this is a bad look for Major League Soccer if the rest of the world gets a peek into Messi and what he's like right now, and the things that you're hearing are the referees in Major League Soccer are terrible. They don't even know the rules. So it's frustrations from Messi, Inter Miami, Messi and friends that are boiling over, and they've got to do something quick. They've got to get reinforcements. They've got to change this team, because I keep echoing the Club World Cup, but this team is heading down a road where it's going to be epically embarrassed in front of the world.
Speaking of the Club World Cup, and we know, and we've talked about possible